Hey guys, and welcome to the Bayern View. Hopefully, you guys are all doing well. You don't understand how I've, struggled to get this guy on. Very, very close friend, but he's like, "Yeah, we talk about Bayern, just Bayern." I'm like, "No, no, no." But yeah, obviously, I'm here with Taylor. Shout out to Taylor as always, and yeah, man, thank you for being on as always.
Yes, big up as always.
Yeah, man, for real, for real. Obviously, I know that, if you want to be that Pacific guy or whatever, um, Bayern got a point, so maybe I shouldn't say that both of our teams are trash, but this is Liam you're talking about, and
Yeah.
both our teams are trash. So
Yep,
you
we
want
can
to talk
agree on
about
that.
your trash team, or you want to talk about my trash team?
I don't think there's either really too much to say. There's the typical sort of issue on the United side and official side as well, especially this past couple of days with Premier League official. It has been horrendous, especially big faults in the Spurs Liverpool game, which we've seen, and bloody hell. Oof. And they've just only come out to apologise. Oh yeah, it's a human error. Well, that's a big game. That like you're looking at league like winning points, especially with
Yeah,
the way Premier League's been working. Like that could defy the whole Premier League right there.
yeah.
But obviously, lucky for Liverpool, Man City lost as well, 2-1. Literally all the big teams lost. Yeah, we lost against Crystal Palace at home, 1-0. Even though we beat them midweek 3-0 in the EFL,
That's a
which
weird.
just makes me think like might as well just play the youngsters and that, because EFL we had Johnny Evans on, who played very well, Harry Maguire, who played well. Yeah, the youngsters like Hannibal, Pellistri, Ganacho, a few others, all getting goal. Martial getting a goal, Ganacho getting a goal, and someone else. I can't remember who the heck it was. But yeah, that was a good game. But yeah, have the main team on, lose 1-0 at home. You're like, well, what's happened there? And it's just I mean, get credit to Crystal Palace. It was an absolute great goal. Literally, free kick, cross comes in, no one heads it out, and the guy just whacks it first time. Top bins. And I was like, you know what? Because I was in a call with you while I was watching that No, I just went, fair enough. That's a great goal. I can't even complain about it. Apart from maybe Lindelof should have not left his man, because that was his man. He was on him. He obviously put himself in position because he thought something else was going to happen. But no, went to the back man. He whacked it first time. It's gone in. And then Chris Wilder's gone, right, sit deep, hope for the best. And that's what they've done. And we couldn't break him at all. Players just didn't know what to do. And that's been, it's a problem for God knows how many years now. Once a team sits back, like we only beat teams that come at us. And that's what Palace did on the EFL Cup. They came at us and we punished them. This one, they get a goal and they're like, all right then, we don't need to do anything else because we know what you can do if we attack you. So we'll sit back instead. They've done that and we can do nothing about it. Players were awful. Likes of Rashford, like I think he needs to be benched. He's literally not doing good enough. Like we had that issue with Ganacho, he wasn't doing good enough. We benched him. Rashford needs that treatment now. He needs to be benched because it's not working. He's been so really selfish, and he ain't getting anything out of being selfish either. Like there's clear and obvious passes and things he should be doing, and yet not doing them. He just like obviously the pressure's got to his head once again that he should be scoring goals, blah blah blah, and he wants to take on the whole world. Simply can't do that anymore. Like there's literally hardly any players out there that can take on a whole team because it is a team game. It's not an individual. It's a team game. Always has been. It's always been like that. Yeah, you always think of like the times where we had the best in the world of players, when you had Ronaldo and that. Even with Ronaldo, it was still team game because we still had the likes of Tevez scoring goals, Rooney, Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, defenders. It was a team game, but players just don't seem to realise that anymore. I don't know what goes through their head that they think the light's on me because I get spoke about. I should be the one doing everything. No, if you play your team game and you win, then you get spoken about. Like you probably won't get all of it. That's the problem. It's the attention. They get the bad attention, so they want all the good attention. Once they get the bad, so it's like they're going to be like, "Now look at me. I'll just prove you lot wrong." You don't need to do it individually. Do it as a team. Prove everyone wrong. That your whole team can do it, but they just can't seem to do it. And I feel like bad for some of the players that play. Like Højlund, he's just come in. He needs to get service. He gets no service. Like he's been getting nothing. Like his only service was the one against Bayern Munich. Like literally his only service that he's pretty much got in the box that he could take a chance and score. And obviously the one against Arsenal that got disallowed as well. Oh no, Brighton, sorry, that got disallowed. So like, what are these sort of players meant to do? And you got Pellistri, I think he's getting a bit too much for him. I think these big games, even as Crystal Palace, it's Premier League. I think he's struggling a little bit. Obviously, because he's not really had this amount of minutes. He's not been a starter. He's always been, obviously, we've always had players ahead of him. So now he's starting games. He's struggling to kind of figure out what to do in a whole game. Even though he did come off for Garnacho and move Rashford to the right, but it didn't work. Overall, because we still lost. But we can't do anything. Well, Anthony is back in training. I'd have allowed him to come back until anything goes on. So hopefully I get to see Anthony potentially tomorrow. Kind of give Pellistri that, just ease him off a little bit. And just be like, you're not a problem, but just kind of evaluate these games and see where you can improve from what you've been doing. Because he's a very good player, especially when he comes on off a bench. He seems to really... Defenders really do not like him when you give that like 25-minute, half-hour pressure of constant on the right. But he obviously can't do that for like a full 90. So he kind of gets figured out a little bit. So he just needs to plan out his game and see what he can do better. But yeah, as you said earlier, just United and Bayern, just shit. Just not good.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Just a load of crap.
Obviously, Bayern obviously drew. How we got that draw, I don't know.
Yeah, true.
And I maybe I'm being a bit too hasty, but I generally think, if anything, it would have been more cracks on Thomas Tuchel of him being sacked. But I generally think if we would have got embarrassed in that game, he could have been sacked. You can't get embarrassed twice by Leipzig. You can't. It's not our way. You know what I mean? Like, it's annoying. Obviously, everyone knows my opinion on him anyway. But like, it was just everyone was shit. I think the only player that wasn't shit, and I'm not saying it because he's my favorite player, was the guy behind me, Jamal Musiala. Leroy Sané had a good game, but he was frustrating the hell out of me. If you've watched the watch along, and Taylor will know this from knowing me from school days and stuff like that wasn't put on anger. I was pissed off. So yeah, like, we were just crap. Everyone was crap. Harry Kane couldn't do anything. Obviously gets the goal from the penalty. Obviously you don't think it's a penalty, whatever. But in general, he has to take it. He does take it. The keeper goes the right way. Still scores it. Perfecto. He's actually one of the first players in the Bundesliga from right by saying to score 3 consecutive penalties as well, which doesn't help the league because that makes the league sound like shit. But
I mean, he is very good at penalties.
yeah, he is. I agree.
The only one he's messed up is one against France.
Yeah,
that one.
So yeah, obviously he scores his goal. Somehow Leroy Sané scores his goal. But you know, they didn't even have their full side. They didn't bring on Timo Werner, from right by saying. They didn't have Dani Almo. He's the guy that absolutely spun as a new one in the cup. Put it straight through De Ligt's legs and scored. I actually think he did De Ligt's legs and then Ulrich's legs, to be perfectly honest with you. But yeah, no, both our teams have been trash. Obviously, you said from the United point of view, and you know, from the Bayern point of view, we just got to try and take what we can out of it. To be honest with you, it's like I said, it's a bit crap. Tuchel gone by Christmas, mark my words. Yeah, and I can see that. I really, really can see that. You know, because he's the thing is, he's not a terrible manager. He's not, but he's just not an elite manager, in my personal opinion. I know, obviously, he won the Elite Cup. You know, he won the Champions League, and it's all if buts and maybes. He still won it, but I generally think Pep Guardiola's overcomplicated things in that game. I really do.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, but whatever, they won it, so whatever. But yeah, I have to agree with you, Daniel. I think he will be gone by Christmas. He's just not. I don't know. He's just not that Bayern manager. You know, like he could go to a Chelsea. He could go to maybe a Spurs. I don't know why he didn't go to Spurs. I'm glad he didn't because we wouldn't have got Kane. But you know, a Spurs, a Chelsea, even a Dortmund. You know what I mean? Even a Leipzig, to be perfectly honest with you. Go to these types of teams and you could probably do quite well. But I just don't see him being a Man United manager, a Man City manager, a Real Madrid manager, Bayern manager. I don't see him being these, you know, like ginormous giants, especially over in the Bundesliga as well. I know that obviously a lot of people like to say it's Farmers League, and I get it because we won 11 in a row. But like at the end of the day, just because we won 11 in a row, that wasn't with one manager. That's been through several managers. So yeah, he's not the manager for the football club, unfortunately. Even though some people love, and I generally think he's only there because he's German. If I'm honest with you. So you know, it just is what it is. But yeah, what do you think? What's your opinion on Bayern?
Well, it's obviously it is a tricky one. In all honesty, obviously, like I say, you did lose the cup game against Leipzig 3-0, and then you did scrape a point. I think Leipzig did really bowl that game. I think they gave it to you. I don't think it was anything sort of brilliant out of Bayern to get that draw. I think it was just all down to Leipzig.
Yeah,
like both ways that they like controlled that game for Bayern and against Bayern. Weird substitutions, like Musiala was taken off. I think Muller didn't even come on. Like it all seemed wrong. Like I hate when managers seem to take off the best player. Like what do you expect? Like I don't know what you expect to happen, especially if you don't bring on Muller. Like you didn't bring on Muller. Like if you're not going to,
got this thing against Muller as well.
It looks like it, and the same with like Mazraoui as well, because he's not. Lima's a terrible right back. Like even when I was in your chat during the game, I said you're better off switching Lima and Kimmich and put Kimmich right back because you probably do a lot better. Because I think once again that game Kimmich, where I barely saw him.
I agree.
Like that midfield was just non-existent.
It definitely is one of those where it's like Kimmich hasn't seemed to progress with Thomas Tuchel as the manager. Like when Julian Nagelsmann was here, he was putting in brilliant performances after brilliant performances. And don't get it twisted, Goretzka was crap. Now Goretzka seems to, well, the last couple of games he's not been that good, but the first couple of games he was really, really good. But yeah, like it's just so annoying. It's like you guys having Luke Shaw, for instance, and then you go and play Amrabat there. It's like, bro, we have a capable left back. Like, just play him. Like, you don't need to.
You have a really good right back as well. Like I really rate Maswaro. Like I think he's a really good right back. And yeah, like I said, don't get play. You play Lima, who doesn't play right back. He's not right back. He's a CDM. Play him there, and play the guy who was world class at right back. Like I don't know how these managers who have won Champions Leagues, they've won the elite reward, and not see the easy wrongs. Like, you just switch that bit up and you may change the whole game. Because I remember seeing like the stats of like which side Leipzig went down. They went down the left side against Lima. Because they know, obviously, Upamecano's on that side as well.
Yep.
They abuse that side. He had an awful game as well. Obviously, he made Kim and Jae look bad.
Yep.
Obviously, Kim and Jae can do nothing about that first goal.
Because if he slides, he takes him out. That's a red card. So.
Exactly. And then, like, I think because Kim Jae's noticed Upamecano's out of position quite a lot, then he's put himself out of position. Then you've literally got a wide open back area. Yeah. Like, I don't know how these managers can't spot something that's so clear and obvious. Like, I don't know I don't know what they think. Like, what would be the problem in making that change of putting your actual right back on, like starting him, or put the guy who used to play right back, who was world class at it, and play the guy who's terrible at right back in the DM role, which he's meant to play. Because Lima probably wants to play DM more than Kimmich wants to play DM. So he'll be more committed to that role. Kimmich probably wouldn't be committed to the right back, but he knows how good he was as a right back, so he would know what to do. I just another weird situation, to be honest.
100%.
Don't understand it.
Welcome in, Ansar, bro. Welcome in, Danish. I'm not going to add you in, Mudgy. Not going to add you in. This is just our show. But if you want to get involved in the channel, please do hit me up on Insta and we'll get you on 100%. Tuchel gone by Christmas, yep. I think, well, he should. He definitely should. He definitely should. Hey, Beats, how you doing, bro? Big up to you, man.
What's up, Beats?
What's up, lads? Hope you boys are doing well. Lol, besides the recent results, 100%. Big up to you, bro, and hopefully you're all doing good. The missus is good and everything. I want Tuchel. Yeah, well, at this rate, I actually think Ten Hag probably will be sacked sooner than Tuchel, if I'm honest with you. Just to do with pressure.
I guess I can see that. I think he's given till Christmas. I think Glazers will watch how Champions League will go, and if he gets put to the Europa League, I think they sack him. In all honesty, or he leaves on his own terms. I think I know what will happen though. It will say that they mutually agree that he's gone, but it won't be anything like that. Because I know a lot of clubs like to cover up a sack-in or whatever they say, or mutual agreements.
When they say that, they've basically been sacked.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a sack-in.
Yeah.
It's just trying to say it without saying you're fucking fired.
I could honestly see both of them get sacked at the same time. I think... do you know when you next have, let's say, Dortmund away? Or even Dortmund at home. When's your next Dortmund game?
4th of November away.
4th of November, so just a month away. I mean, get a bad result there in that game. I could see him sack that game. And maybe a month later, Ten Hag sacked.
Yeah, because
So,
we're third at the moment,
exactly.
sitting on
Yeah,
the
I
same
can
points
see.
as Dortmund. So
Yeah, and with Dortmund missing a lot of their players, like they never replaced any of their great players that they had once before. Manager swap, no.
no,
I would not take Ten Hag.
I do like Ten Hag, but no, definitely not.
No, I wouldn't take fucking Tuchel, not Ten Hag. I want to keep Ten Hag. I trust him, but no manager's going to work
Nope.
with this ownership.
Nope. I agree.
It's not going to work, and with these type of player performances, like there's only so much a manager can do when your players ain't performing.
Yeah.
Like you may say that's like, oh, the coach and all that, but you've seen it. Someone like Rashford, you saw it last season. You saw the absolute brilliance. What's your excuse now? Like, I'd love. A lot of people have been asking it, but Amazon, get that behind the scenes at Manchester United. I would love to see it. I would love to see a. I can't remember what the series is called.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
All or Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, All or Nothing. Manchester United. I'd love to see that. They never will because they'll see how much of a shambles it is. Like literally, I think. Yeah, that'd be awful. Literally, I'd think it would absolutely ruin Manchester United. But I'd love to see it. I think it would have to happen.
To be fair, that would probably help your cause.
Maybe, but I think it would just frustrate everyone. But
yeah, but it would
we've already had everything exposed when Ronaldo came out and said the problems.
Yeah, but you got to remember, you're level-headed, right? But a lot of people, they're so glued into that Man United badge and loving it and all of that to the point where it's like, oh, he's just bitter. You know what I mean? That you're level-headed to actually see how it is. You got to remember, you're not a sheep.
That's the problem.
A lot of people are sheep. You know what I mean? No matter if you lose 7-0, 8-0, 9-0 to Liverpool, they're still going to the next home game. Which credit to them. You know, a lot of them have been doing it a lot, especially a lot of the old ones. They've been doing that their whole life. You know,
so I mean, I wouldn't say I wouldn't. If I generally could go to all the games, I would. Like, yeah, that's just more of like I want to watch my team play football. Obviously, I will probably come out and go into a mental asylum at the end of it, but there will be times I enjoy some of the games. Like some people have the privilege of like sitting in the boxes at bloody Manchester United, watching those games, special treatment and whatnot. It's difficult as well to like. Obviously, I know there's a lot of anti-Glazers people and all that. Like, oh, you need to boycott games. You need to this and that. It simply will never happen. No matter how bad it gets, we could get relegated 5 times and go to the lowest league possible. We'd probably still sell out that stadium because people want to see Manchester United play.
Yeah, of course.
Whether same owners or not, like obviously, like I said, I would. I know it technically helps the Glazers' cause of like keeping them in, but I want to watch my team play. And it's hard to not watch.
I agree. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, Minerals. Big up Liam, bro. Guna here, Arsenal fan, obviously. Do you think Erik Ten Hag is better than Tuchel? I do, but I think his stint at Man United has exposed certain things. I think it's exposed that he has his favourites, which I think all managers do, but in general, that he has his favourites and he doesn't sub them off. It exposes that he likes to bring in players that he's worked with before. Again, maybe not a bad thing, but obviously in United's case, he's brought in Onana, he's brought in Martinez, he's brought in Anthony. I know that you guys didn't get him in, but I know that you were looking at Timber at one point. Obviously, he went to Arsenal in the end. So there's that. But I do think he is a better manager, to be honest with you. And I really want to see him succeed at Man United. And I don't want him to ever not succeed, because obviously he was the youth manager at Bayern Munich. He was under Pep Guardiola at Bayern. He was one of the main men at, and obviously Pep didn't do fuck all with us other than make us really, really good in the league. But yeah, no, I do. Most definitely I do. Don't you think any of these two teams, so basically whatever team sacks their coach first will go for Flick? What do you think about Hansi Flick at Man United?
I mean, I wouldn't say no. I think he was a brilliant manager for Bayern, but it would never happen. Simply would never happen. I don't think he's that dumb to take on that, because to be honest, I'd struggle to see what high-level manager would go to United. Like, you'd have to be... The Glazers would have to dish out a lot of money to get a high-level manager in. And to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if they got Tuchel from you lot. Like, you lot sack Tuchel. Glazers give him a stupid amount of money and he takes on the United job. And then
as long as he
get
don't go for Kane, I don't really care.
I don't want him. Yeah, I don't want him to go for Kane either. In all honesty,
like for me, I generally think no matter, you could have bloody Bilbo Baggins in as a coach, right? You need people that are in the right thing, because it's not like you don't spend money. It's not like you're bloody a poor club and then you dish out money and then this has failed, blah blah blah. No, that's happened 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Paul Pogba, Harry Maguire, Jadon Sancho, just to name a couple. So you just need a director of football that's going to come in, going to say, no, you want this player, you want that player, this, that. Look at Caicedo. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't stand him at this moment in time, because he's one of the main reasons we've got this fucking twat at the club. But Brazzo brought in Jamal Musiala for £200,000. He's now worth over 100 million. You know what I mean? And that's credit to Jamal. But at the same time, you need these types of people in the thing. So you could have Sir Alex in charge, and he was a special manager, but I still don't think he does anything with his team. I really don't.
No.
Times have changed. So it's...
No, he the thing is, I think
he would win you a cup. I mean, Premier League wise.
Yeah, I think you do better, obviously, because he just knows United in and out, and he would demand a lot of like taking charge and all that. So it would be obviously I'd love to have Sir Alex back, but I wouldn't want to put him through it.
Oh yeah, that's stress. Jesus.
Yeah, so he would have a really tough time. But yeah, like I said, some sort of just someone who knows football. Like, everyone above Ten Hag doesn't know football.
Yeah.
Because
it's run as a business, isn't it?
Exactly. It's all money. And terrible. It's like these lot, especially these like American owners, they're all business owners. All money, money, money. They're rich.
Yep.
But they can't spend money right. They overspend on everything. Like, how do you spend nearly 100 mil on Sancho, nearly 100 mil on Anthony, nearly 100 mil on Maguire, nearly 100 mil on Pogba? Like, could you not tell from the Pogba situation and maybe the Maguire situation that it doesn't work out?
Yeah.
Like, you can't be spending the stupid money on these players that simply ain't worth that much.
Yeah.
How can you not look at these other teams and them noticing what those teams think this player's worth and be like, okay, yeah, he's probably not worth 80 mil or 100 mil.
Yeah.
Because of it. Like, just because the team that's selling say that price doesn't mean it is, because obviously you want to get the most money you can out of selling the player. That's what you're meant to do when you're making money. You want to get the most as much as you can. When you spend money, you want to spend the least amount as you can. But United go, yeah, there you go. It's literally it's like having fuck you money. Glazers go, yeah. Well, it's not even their money; it's United's money.
Yeah,
Comes out the club.
Yeah.
United has that much fuck you money. Just go, yeah, there you go, there you go, there you go. Oh, they still got that much more. We'll take more of it and put it in our own pockets.
Yeah.
Is yeah, I could go on for bloody years just on that one bit, let alone the rest of the bloody club at that moment.
Yeah, no. I get you. Welcome in, Henry. I'm doing good. Taylor, how are you doing?
Yeah. Well, we'll see how tomorrow goes.
Yeah. We'll get onto that in a second. With the state of American Premier League owners, I can see England passing a law banning Americans from buying.
No, never.
They're too money driven.
Yeah, too much money.
And that's why UK
they're all connected.
Yeah,
that's why the top 6 at the time didn't want Newcastle to be taken over. That's why they went to the bloody went to the Prime Minister to get him to ban the Saudis taking over Newcastle because they didn't want to interfere in their project and obviously making the Super League. And obviously it didn't happen. Like, that's how much influence these owners have on like actual real life outside of football.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd love to see it, but it will never happen. Like it simply just won't because there's too much. They have too much influence on the UK government because they generate UK a lot of loads of money because it's the Premier League. Premier League generates the most money out of all of it. Yeah. So they'd be like, well, why would we do that?
No, I agree with you. And the thing is, in general, just to talk generalize, the UK is a failed society, man.
Shocking.
It's like the NHS is fucked, the police and that are fucked. There's stabbings all over the country every day. You know what I mean? Like, you've got these young youths pulling out knives left, right, and center. You know what I mean? It's just it's failed. There's no rules. Kids drinking, doing drugs, so on and so forth. And obviously that's off topic and that. But in general, to generalize what Beats has said, no, because it's money driven, and that's why, So it sucks, but that's obviously the world that we live in.
Keep the rich richer and the poor poorer.
Exactly.
That's how
100%. 100%. Mineral's got a question for you there. What are your thoughts on Man United having too many yes men?
I think everyone sort of knows what having a lot of yes men is like. Even outside of football, even like down to like friendships or whatever, family.
Floyd Mayweather.
When it's yes, it will always go downhill. That's why I'm quite lucky with my like sort of family friends. I don't have yes men. Like, it's told straight. Exactly. Exactly. Like, it's told straight, and I get ripped to shit by my friends all the time. So you gotta get humbled. You have to get humbled.
100%.
Otherwise,
start thinking your shit don't smell.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, that's a great way of bloody saying it. I wouldn't have thought that myself.
Yeah.
No, 100%. It's exactly how it is. And it's only going to go downhill.
Yeah.
These players are going to think they're the boss and the dog's bollocks when they're exposing themselves every time. Sorry to point him out again, but Rashford, he's definitely an interesting sort of situation. I'm not sure he's got. Obviously, apart from the manager's basically yes man to Rashford for not subbing him off keeping him on, not benching him at all.
Yeah,
that's a sort of a problem. But the rest of them was same when we had like Jesse Lingard, Paul Pogba, even Maguire, so on and so forth, and then the club from top to bottom. It's just nothing there. There's no spine in that whole club. The root of it, the die-hard root of United is nearly all gone. Like there's really nothing else to kind of look at and go, that was United. You now just look at it and go, what a shambles, really. From everything, even the state. You look at the stadium now, the Theatre of Dreams, the place that every team feared.
Yeah.
Like, you'd win games just because of Old Trafford. Take the team out. It's Old Trafford. Exactly. Yeah. And now they look at it and go, whoa, 3 points, 1 point. I'll take it. Like, I'm guaranteed to not lose here. That's fine by me. Obviously, just before we lost against Brighton, we had a good home streak of like 30-odd games, I think, at home. Or something I can't exactly remember. But a very good home streak, kind of like bringing it back. But now, lost to Brighton. Then now lost to Palace. And it's like, well, now it's gone. Now that's gone. I remember under Ollie, like, Fear of Dreams was the fear of 3 bloody points for the opposite team because he wouldn't win at home, but he used to get a lot of away wins. Like I think he broke the record of like away wins in a row. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% on it, so don't quote me on it. But like away games on like winning and not losing, like done well there. But like you got to do that at home. You got to do that in the place where everyone feared, and now everyone thinks. Like we've got Galatasaray tomorrow. They're going to come at that and look at even I saw from Wilfred Zaha. He's like, our players will punish them, and they would. Galatasaray ain't someone to mess around with, especially like at Galatasaray. Like,
yeah, right.
They are a dirty team as well. Such a weird one. But they're gonna.
I feel like next time we talk, you're going to be triggered.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. Like they're gonna think like I'd be fuming and not having 3 points. That's what Galatasaray are going to look at. And every other team, they're going to be fuming that they don't get 3 points at Old Trafford now. So it's the thought of it being Manchester United is nearly all gone. I think it's more of the haters that keep it alive.
Yeah.
Because all they talk about is United. I think if all the haters, because obviously we gave everyone trauma for so many years, that's obviously why.
Yeah.
I think if haters stop talking about United, I think United just people don't care. People just don't get talked about. The only people talking about would be the fans.
Yeah.
Media wouldn't care. Any other fan base wouldn't care. They'll just go, that's it. But it's because everyone talks about us. That's pretty much one of the main things that keeps United alive, in all honesty.
Yeah, no, I say 100%. 100%. Bit of a different thing, but, that's why obviously Floyd got to 50, because they still wanted to see him lose. Pay. And, obviously that happened. Maybe we'll get, maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what this manager's going to do anymore. Neuer might come back and be up front. I generally don't know. The guy's a fucking clown. So
I'd pay to see him.
Mate, I'd pay to see him in the midfield. He'd end up fucking crunching someone. What's up, people? What did I miss? 39 minutes of the show, my bro. Yeah, big up to you as always. Yeah, man, we'll get you on soon. Most definitely. Taylor, we always talk. True.
Sounds all right.
Yeah, we'll talk about Boateng in a minute. We will talk about Boateng, so we'll get Taylor's thoughts on that. Liam, a question for both of you. Thoughts on clubs and the fact that they're buying big fan accounts. I do see the PR spin. I know that Arsenal have got massive PR. I don't know about United. I don't think Bayern do. From what I see, that there are the odd that are positive, but then they're also calling out certain things. And if you are PR trained or bought by this or that, you wouldn't do that. So, no, they're not doing what I'm doing, saying get this fucking clown out of the club and putting a picture of Thomas Tuchel, but they're saying like, why is such and such in this position? Why is they not, so on and so forth. So, I don't think so necessarily. Before we get into Boateng though, this might sound disrespectful, but I want to do a combined 11 of Copenhagen versus Bayern Munich, and then I want to do Galatasaray versus Man United. Now, I know that obviously this is on the fly, so we're just going to go with it on the fly. And if you guys want to help, please do. Now, Copenhagen, I've done a little bit of research while Taylor was talking and we're chatting and so on. And we're just going to go with it on the fly. So, if we're wrong, let us know in the comments, because I am going to clip this and put it up as a video, especially this Copenhagen one, tomorrow. But don't worry about it, Taylor. We're just going on the fly as always. So, like we always do. So let's go like that. Okay, cool. It has worked. Perfecto. So I don't really know too much about Copenhagen, I won't lie. I believe they're first in their league. Yes, they are. 7 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses. They're not doing too bad, obviously, in the, I want to say, Danish league, if I'm not mistaken. And Superliga. Obviously, they've got some good players, some young players, actually, to be perfectly honest with you. Some of the players that are scoring their goals are actually really young. And if I go back, on top goal scorer wise, they've got someone called Rooney. I'm not even going to Badashi, probably butchered that. Got 6 goals. They've got Diego Cavadas. He's got 5 goals. And they're actually both young, if I'm not going to say. Oh, actually, one of them's 26, Portuguese midfielder, and the other one is 17 years old, which is nuts. Now, of course, there's levels to it. They might not be able to go to Bayern Munich, a Dortmund, whatever, and do the same thing. But so straight away, I'm going to put Stern Ulreich in goal. Straight away. Mazzari's going in here.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't. I just see it as always a Bayern team.
Always a Bayern team, yeah. That's what I was thinking.
I can't. Yeah, like I said, like the 17-year-old with like 6 goals and that, but still not ahead of Harry Kane. Your midfielder not ahead of Mazzarawi. Not Mazzarawi. Musiala, sorry. Like, I can't see that sort of team. Just, I don't know.
He's going in there.
I guess, maybe him. Yeah.
Upper, Kim and Jay, and Davies. Bosh. Like so. So that would be the back line. Tuchel will play. He will. Unfortunately, he will. Then obviously Rooney's going in there. Good player. Obviously, this is a CDM formation, but we're just saying the midfielders. And he's going next to Kimmich, which actually Kimmich would be the other side, but whatever.
I wouldn't say Kimmich, in all honesty. If you have that Rooney guy there, I'd say Goretzka has been better than Kimmich this season. In all honesty.
Then, guys, we put in Leon Goretzka.
If you're basing it off performance, yeah. If you're basing it off like the performances and that,
we're basing it on performances. Then I'm going with I can't spell. I'm going with Matthias Tell there, Leroy Sané, and then Harry Kane. And that would be my combined 11. This might be a short ass video, but that would probably be the combined 11. Obviously, I don't know too much about these players. I'm not even going to lie like I do. And this guy's a 17-year-old Swedish player, I believe. If I'm right by saying. And Copenhagen aren't a shit team, though. Of course, if we go and smash them, which we should, it's going to be perfect. But they're not a bad team. They're really not. You still got to win your league, your respective league, and they've done that. So, they've got a Polish keeper, Gramada. I believe it's how you say it, Gamara, something like that. So, they're not bad. Copenhagen, right? Their keeper is really good. Exactly. That's what I just said. Yeah, 100%. Even YouTube's knows. Oh yeah, actually, good. Thank you, Ulrich. Thank you, Ulrich. Yeah, thank you, Ulrich. Yeah, YouTube's your new nickname is Ulrich. I just called you Ulrich. He's gonna be triggered that I called him Ulrich. I'm waiting for the comments.
Yeah, let's put some bad ones here.
Yeah, no, I agree. He's a good keeper. He is a good keeper. There's only Mike on the wing instead of. Yeah, no, I agree. I do agree. I just think if we're going off a form for this combined 11, then I don't know if this keeper's been any good. But to be fair, actually, I'm glad YouTube is in here. Sven Ulrich was ass. But yeah, that would be the combined 11. Hopefully that's been long enough to go up as a video. If not, oh well. Smash the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. Now let's carry on with the stream. Are you all right? Yeah, I'm good, mate. Let's get rid of. Actually, no, I didn't want to get rid of it. I wanted to get rid of the players because Galatasaray is a hard one. Definitely a hard match for you guys to play. No matter it's Old Trafford or not, like they are, and the fact that they've got Zaha, the scumbag. Honestly, I can't stand that prick. So obviously, we'll go with this formation again. Let me load up Galatasaray quickly because I need to see their players. Galatasaray.
So we need some comments from YouTube's and that for this one as well, because I don't really know much about Galatasaray, not anymore anyway.
Yeah.
Like I said, apart from
they've got some good players. Holy crap! Wow. Okay, so in goal, their keeper is Muslera. He is the Uruguayan goalkeeper, international as well. Good keeper, but I probably would put Onana in there. Still, I would put Onana in there. Who's been playing right back for you guys?
Diogo Dalot.
Yeah, he's a very good player. To be fair, let me go on. Let me just find Galatasaray's last game, so I can see their lineup that they put in. Where's the lineup? So they've got someone called a French player called Sancha Bowie. I don't know too much about him. He's 23 years old. He's Cameroon and French. We'll go with Dalot because I don't know too much about this lad. Taylor, also let me know if anyone says anything in the chat because I haven't got it up at the moment.
Yeah.
So we'll go with Dalot as always. I'm going to go straight to the left back quickly. Because I've noticed
Galatasaray. Do Galatasaray.
I've noticed that they I don't know when they signed him, but they've signed Angelino. So he used to play. I want to say for Leipzig, I believe. I could be wrong by saying that, but obviously he was a City player. I don't know if he's on loan to them or not, but they've got him in, and he is. I remember him causing some havoc. Oh no, he didn't play for Leipzig. Sorry, he played for. I can't even think of that fucking badge now. What's that say? Hoffenheim. So yeah, he's a good player, most definitely. Who defender wise? Defender. I think you, from what I can see of their defenders in general, though, I think you have both of them. So who on form wise? So we got Rafa Varane. Who plays next?
I guess Lindelof.
Johnny Evans.
I mean, he started one game, so I'd go Lindelof. Yeah. Because obviously Martinez is now injured for 2 to 3 months.
Ugh. Yeah, mate. Don't even talk about injuries right now. Obviously, you guys have got more than us, but wow, we've got some injuries as well, which is fucking annoying. Midfield wise, I think you probably take it, but let me have a look. They got Demente. I can't say his name. It's German player. I know he used to play in the Bundesliga. I don't know where Ziyech would play. I'm guessing he's going to play on the wing. So yeah, and then they got in Dembele, and he's fucking lazy as anything. So, but then again, they do have Lucas Torreira, the guy that used to play for Arsenal. So I'm going to put him in for now. If you want me to take him out, we could take him out. But yeah, he goes in for now. Who would you play in the midfield?
Probably still Casemiro. He's currently our top goal scorer.
That's sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I don't really need to say anything, so I'm just going to put him in because I don't think they've got a player that's as influential, to be honest with you. They got Ziyech, he's a very good player.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go with that. On the right hand side, again, let me just quickly go on the latest game.
Striker has to be Maguire. I'm for Geller though. Yeah, sounds about right.
So they on the right hand side they got someone called Tete, a Brazilian player, if I'm right by saying.
I guess it has. I guess it has to be him. I don't think Pelistri's done enough to grant him that spot.
Yeah.
Obviously, Anthony hasn't played for a few games. Sancho hasn't either. So, I guess go Tete. Pelistri just hasn't done enough. And yeah, up front's could be a really difficult one actually.
Right, so up front, you've either got Icardi or you've got your lad, Højlund.
Well,
let me look at the stats of their league a minute because I need to find it.
I think he scored one goal. I can't remember.
Oh, for fuck's sake! If only I could spell, that would be good. Turkish league. There we go. Cool. Stat wise, well, Icardi's got 7 goals for them in their league.
Oh, then Icardi then.
Yeah.
I can generally
see you lot getting bent over tomorrow.
Yep.
Oh, dear. There we go, people. That would be the Man United Galatasaray combined 11. If you're being honest and not being a sheep. Because everyone would be like, Rashford, put Rashford in. But let's not take...
Like I said, there's only 2 that are, like I said, was iffy. Obviously, the right side of Tete. Obviously, Pelistri is and then that Torreira, obviously maybe Amrabat, but I don't think he's had enough.
Well, he's been playing left back recently, hasn't he?
Well, yeah. I don't think he's not even he's started only as a left back. He has gone into the midfield in the EFL game. He had a very good game though, that game. But obviously he's not had enough games to put him over him, I guess.
Yeah, no, I get 100%. Right. Now I need your opinion on something.
Mm-hmm.
There was a player that Lionel Messi absolutely ruined. And I remember you trolling me at school because of it. And his name is Jerome Boateng. Now, Bayern Munich seem to be signing him, if we haven't already signed him. What is your opinion of a player called Jerome Boateng that is a legend at Bayern Munich, but can't even get a full 90-minute game at Lyon?
Pointless. You're basically doing a United and bringing in Johnny Evans. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Even like I said, Johnny Evans did start a game and do really well in the EFL. Jerome Boateng, he may do a good game in the Pokal for you, but not Bundesliga. It's way
But I think
past
he'd
it.
be coming in for Bundesliga personally.
Yeah, well, yeah, probably, yeah, because
We've only got two centre backs at the moment.
I mean, you need a centre back. You have a
we do.
problem because you only have 3 if they're not injured.
Yep.
And your best one doesn't seem to get played anyway if he's not injured. Yeah. Even if he wasn't injured, don't get played.
Yeah.
So
because Tuchel's
I honestly, it's more of a yes and no. Because you need someone, you'd say yes.
Yes, but the caliber.
Yeah, you don't want to ruin what he's done for Bayern, his status and how good he was. When United brought back Ronaldo, it's it's probably the biggest transfer ever because he's come back to United. Well, it pretty much was, but look what happened. Obviously, the same won't happen for Boateng, but you still don't want to diminish what he's done for you. So it's very hit and miss. Honestly.
I'm with you on 100%. What are the alternatives to Boateng? There isn't any. There isn't any. Obviously, we were looking at. Yeah, right. We were looking at Chalobah. We were looking at Bella. Neither of those went through. So, it looks like Boateng's going to be coming back. Again, he's a legend. And if he performs well, I'm all for it. But at the end of his game, he wasn't known for his pace. I don't think it's all that bad. I just think Bayern need to be doing better. If this man, and I don't want to disrespect him because of what he's done for the club, but if he can't get a full 90-minute game for Lyon, who, by the way, if we are at full force, we would smash 6 or 7-0. Then what's the point of it? But it is what it is. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, as always. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it, bro. Wrapped up.
Just last question I want to answer from YouTube's about Højlund.
Pull you up there.
Technically, no, because he's only scored 1 goal and 1 disallowed.
Yep.
But it's not his fault. I've seen what he's tried to do, and he's not been serviced at all. And when he's had a proper chance to score, it wasn't even a proper chance to score. How he even scored that goal again? Well, obviously it was a deflection. Obviously it helped it go in against Bayern, but he made something a bit difficult happen. So that was promising. Even when he came on against Arsenal, he was bullying their defenders with pace and strength. I think once he just, like I said, he's only 20. Yeah. He's got years ahead of him. He'll up his game, hopefully up his game, and not go downhill already. But I wouldn't say I'm not disappointed with Højlund. Just more of the rest of them. I feel sorry for Højlund, in all honesty.
But yeah, because what's he expected to do when you're crap?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I agree, 100%. Last thing before we end, though, as always, thank you for your time, my brother. Score prediction for tomorrow.
I'll do the Bayern Munich one first. I think you win 3-1.
Okay.
Even after the Leipzig performance, Copenhagen, not Leipzig. So I think you do concede, but I do think you beat them nice and comfortably. United, I see a 2-2 draw. And I think we scrape that 2-2 draw as well. it won't be pretty.
Yeah, I was thinking a draw. I was thinking
I think we fully rob them.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe that they kind of like the Crystal Palace game. They get a goal, no matter if it's a scrappy goal or whatever, and then you get a late winner. Well, not late winner, sorry, a late equaliser.
Yeah.
Sorry, and tomorrow's game, Copenhagen. I think it will be 5-2. I think we'll turn up because we always do turn up in the Champions League. But I trust me, I would take it. I would take it where we didn't turn up to get this fucking clown out. But you can't wish on shit like that. But you know, it is what it is. Either way, though, thank you for coming in, bro. Check out Taylor as always. We're getting back doing his YouTube. We will get him back doing it. Yeah, man. Big up to absolutely everyone, as always. 100%. Goal, but 100%, bro. But yeah, big up to absolutely every one of you. Smash the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Check out Musiala's Magic if you haven't already. 2 episodes up. We'll have another one probably Thursday. Loads of collabs coming, some cool stuff coming. Yeah, till then, mia san mia. Peace out, people.